Hello and welcome back to another episode of the RotoWire Fantasy Soccer Podcast. My name is Andrew Laird, Senior Soccer Editor of RotoWire, joined on this Tuesday evening, October 20th, by Luis Pacheco, who, for those of you watching on YouTube, is obviously already fired up for one of our games tomorrow.
That's right.
For those of you who are listening, he's got his very... it's actually a very sharp Atletico Madrid shirt on. Is it a polo?
It's a polo. I bought during my honeymoon in the stadium store. So, I still, it used not to fit. Then I lose weight and it fit in again. So it's nice.
Nothing better than being able to fit into some clothes that you weren't previously able to get into. But yeah, we're here to talk about Wednesday's Champions League slate. We went on Tuesday's slate, and it's kind of funny. I think the best call that came out of our podcast yesterday was you dropping Trincao with seconds left. Like, oh, did we forget anybody? And you're like, if he starts at 3,500, I'd play him. And the guy he missed a pretty clear opportunity today, but 3,500 got the start, and he crushed. It was great. Yeah,
it was good. He couldn't score. Ansu Fati is kind of like Haaland now. And his goal, he touches the ball and it just goes in, whereas this guy have a couple of good opportunities. But it was for 3,500, it's like not much to ask. So,
especially since all the other cheap guys we talked about didn't even start. No Firpo, no Bakker, or however we say his names, no Gio Reyna, and of course he gets an assist off the bench.
That guy can stuff. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's crazy that he didn't start, but we're here to talk about Wednesday. We got a whole new slate. That's actually much different, I feel like, just construction wise.
This is much more fun, I think, because when I say more fun, it's going to be more difficult because there's a lot of different avenues. So
yeah, for sure. Although I do feel like there are a couple values that we can take advantage of, thankfully. But
sure, yeah.
So yeah, we've got 6-game slate. Biggest favorite is Manchester City at home against Porto, which Porto is without plenty of guys that they usually have in the Champions League. It seems like they sell off 2 or 3 every window, and
so that's how they made their money, right?
Yeah,
Sevilla a little bit,
making plenty of money, but they may not have such as strong a team normally that they normally do. Next is Bayern Munich at home against Atletico Madrid, which I was a little surprised about, just because those teams seem much closer than the next few that we have. We've got Atalanta favored away, then Inter Milan against Gladbach, Liverpool away to Ajax, and then Olympiacos at home against Marseille. That one is the closest of the bunch and with the lowest total, which I feel like is always the case when we ever have Olympiacos on a slate. I'm actually surprised. I feel like every time they play in the early slate, and so we don't have to worry about them, but here they are. We've got Man City without Kevin De Bruyne. So there's that. So that gives us maybe somebody else to think about or not. But how do you think you are attacking this slate?
Yeah, so it's actually a blessing in disguise that Kevin De Bruyne is not in the slate.
Agreed.
Because I think there is a plethora of good midfielders to play. In fact, I think most people are going to pick between 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
There are some at different price ranges, but whereas forward is a little bit more, we have Mahrez obviously take some sets, but he's pricing accordingly. And then you have some cheap opportunities. So it feels like, hey, I have more or less my midfielders I want to play. Then in defense, probably people is going to go to the Liverpool fullbacks. And then you have so forward seems to be the key of this slate. So,
okay.
Because there are some, I think the Italian teams are a little bit underpriced.
Yeah, they are.
Even Atalanta. And so, we can dive in. So if we want to. So the most expensive one is Robert Lewandowski as usual.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's Atletico Madrid, and obviously no bias, but I am. But Atletico Madrid is not an easy team to score.
No, not at all.
On. And Liverpool can attest to that. We have some problems on the team. Maybe Hector Herrera is gonna play. Maybe Saul is out. We know Saul is out, so we don't know if Lodi is going to be ready to play. But overall, Atletico is a team that, with Carrasco and Joe Felix and now Suarez, is a team that you need to be careful not to leave the gates open.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean at that price, Lewandowski I think is egregious. So so and I think they even price Oblak more in the over 4,000, which is why they're doing that. This is the biggest underdog. But I don't know. For me, Lewandowski is not in consideration for cash. Even for GPP, I think it limits you a lot.
It's just that price. You would think they were playing some sort of a minnow, if you will.
Ferenc Barros today.
Right, exactly. Like, was Messi even? I think Messi was 11-8, right?
Yeah. Messi was 11-8, and Neymar was 11-5. So and to be a Messi or Neymar, so.
I mean, that price. If you're ever going into a slate where you're thinking if you're ever going to get low-owned Robert Lewandowski when they're a big favorite, this is it, because that salary with the other guys that are on this slate, I just don't see how you go there in cash. I agree.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, his scoring now still high, but obviously it's Lewandowski, is Bayern Munich. Odds makers know what they're doing, but for that price, you can pay. For Sterling 2,000 less, I don't feel you're losing anything. In fact, if you can go down to Zapata, which is also have highest scoring odds than Sterling, very similar. So we have Lewandowski. I'd rather go with the Man City guys. I think Agüero is risky at that price. Agüero 5,000 like this weekend is something you can gamble on.
Yeah. Because
it was a gamble,
Sure.
He didn't look bad, but he didn't. He's not fit or anything.
Mm-hmm.
They
have 5 subs for this game. They only had 3 for the Premier League one, so there's even more possibility that he comes off.
Yeah, exactly. So with the 5 subs, he's coming off, and especially if they go a goal early or something like that. So I feel that the first one for consideration for cash is going to be Mahrez, just because without KDB, probably Gundogan is going to play, but he has a share of set pieces, and Porto is, they're being the biggest favorites. Porto is a team, it's good for Portugal, but in Champions League against Manchester City, they might suffer. Then I don't know. I'm not. Salah price is not bad, but I feel the difference between, I'm gonna say from Lautaro Martinez at 7,600 and Mohamed Salah at 8,500, you can play any of those guys.
Yeah.
Any of those guys, and feel good or feel bad. It depends on the result, as we were talking before. It depends on who scores, right? So, for me, of all these guys, I would say I trust that Atalanta has, lose their, like last year we talked about Atalanta in the first leg as well. They are the highest scoring team in Italy. Mm-hmm. They come for a couple of bad matches. Napoli kind of schooled them, but in Europe, they were kind of the first season in Europe. They have to play in a different stadium this time. Now they are, they already have one season under their belt. So, they playing against Midtjylland, which is, not a team that we're afraid of.
Yeah.
So, and Atalanta is they generated a lot of offense against Valencia. So there's no reason not to. Even the odds makers think that. You have Zapata 55%, Muriel 50-something%. So I don't mind any of those guys. And then same with the Inter guys. I know that Inter and Borussia are closer on odds, but German teams don't travel well. What we have seen, and especially Borussia hasn't traveled well in Europe. I don't know what Inter lineup we're gonna see. It seems like it's been all over the place.
Yeah, it has been.
But I believe that it's gonna be Lautaro and Lukaku up front.
I think so.
So Lukaku takes PKs. Lautaro's a little bit safer floor.
Yep.
So anyone besides, I know that anyone else there. I don't like Mueller, but I understand if you play Sadio Mane. I'm not sure. Bernardo Silva, same. for all these guys, I'd rather go with Zapata since the best option for me. Anyone else you like on this range?
It's funny, when I was researching before we had salaries, Anders Dreyer from Midtjylland does everything for them, or he has been. And I thought to myself, in this matchup, we might be able to get him at 5,200, 53. And I thought to myself, that might be worth trying because Atalanta can kind of get a little open and things can happen with the other team. But at 8,000, I just don't see how you that was crazy to me. It's not like I thought maybe 7,300 and he's 8,000, but I literally thought it was going to be 55 at the most. And at 8,000, he just left my screen.
Yeah. I agree. It's just then and then I mean there is all there's a bunch of guys here on the cheaper side. I mean, my favorite will be if he starts, and let me know if I know how to say his name. He played for Lokomotiv. It's Rifat Shemaletdinov, I think. Let me find him.
That's pretty good though, whether it's right or not.
It is the name. I can't even find his name. Let me just filter for the team. Sorry.
I was actually wondering if you gave any real consideration to Dusan Tadic. Without Ziyech, seems like he has sets 7,300. Obviously playing
Lokomotiv in the earliest slate. Sorry, my bad.
That's right.
I agree. No wonder I couldn't find it. It's not slate. So
What's funny is I wrote up the Yahoo slate that includes all 8 games, and so there wasn't even a thought of mine that they weren't on this one since I already wrote them up. Yeah. But Tadic is just a little too expensive for me to try to get anything out of him against Liverpool, even at home, and even when Ajax likes to attack no matter who they play. I'm just not sure you could go
Tadic
there.
and Promes are too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind Alexis Sanchez, but I don't know if he's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not in the starting lineup that I've seen, but I don't know. Then definitely not João Felix. I don't think. I like Luis Diaz, a Colombian guy for Porto, but not in this matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, we wait for a more favorite matchup, and I feel that Dario Benedetto is underpriced, but it's a forward, so I mean, you can get 0 points for it, but for 4,100 for the central striker of Marseille, and I mean, I know that the game seems to be evenly matched, but Olympiacos against Marseille doesn't seem like the same league. It seems like Marseille can get some shots on Olympiacos. So
I mean, right? Olympiacos are favored because it's in Greece. That's why.
Exactly. That's the only reason.
What about your boy Kingsley Coman?
Well, he's cheap. He's cheap. Whenever I play him, he gets injured. I'm not playing him tomorrow, so go ahead. I'm sure he's gonna be amazing.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I love Kingsley Coman. I think, being honest, Bayern should have a lot of the ball. They might create a lot of volume. I mean, for 12,000 for Lewandowski might be too much because you might need more than one goal considering how Champions League is. But 6,000 and change for Coman is not about price. I wouldn't mind him. We'll see. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I keep scrolling, and for some reason, Thiago is midfield forward eligible.
Thiago, oh yeah, he is.
I don't think Thiago's played forward his entire career.
I don't get it. I don't get it, to be honest. It's just this position is just driving crazy. Navas has been defender for a while, but he's still midfielder, and because they are wing backs like Guerreiro, they're just I don't know. Anyhow, it is like what it is. There is our friend Bruma. I think he used to play for RBL or for one of the Red Bulls.
Salzburg or Leipzig, one of them.
Yeah, some of them. He was always a big producer. He doesn't have set pieces, especially in Olympiacos, and you have Balbuena the God or even Costas Fortunis. But for 4,000, a favor forward, and he might play winger. You can do worse than that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know if he's. I mean, everything else is just I feel that forward is going to be the decision because you have to get lucky with the guy you pick. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's possible that they all deliver.
yeah,
I mean, it's a Champions League, so we're not like surprised when goals happen. But yeah, the Atalanta guys and Inter to a lesser extent. I just liked the Atalanta matchup better, but I think those are the ones where you go to. Would you play Ilicic if he started? I don't think he's going to.
no,
He's been out forever.
no. Ilicic, he seems to, poor guy, he seems to have going through some personal problems. So when Ilicic is in, he's amazing, but his price as he's like, the best. So,
Yeah.
And he hasn't been good. I mean, he played some minutes last
He started last weekend, yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't do as well. I won't go there. I mean, for all these guys, I feel Zapata will be the biggest challenge for their team. I mean, if you need salary that you might, I'm not sure if you're going to, but if you go Mahrez and Zapata, you still have plenty of money.
Yeah.
Or I mean, one way to build a lineup is maybe pick your defenders, pick your midfielders. The two forward at the end to see what you have. So, I think so. All right.
We got a lot of midfielders.
Yeah, a lot of midfielders. And we can talk about it. I mean, I have two guys, and I think they're going to be locks on my lineups.
Okay.
So the first one is Papu Gomez.
Yeah, he's so underpriced.
Oh. Yeah, at that price of 7,500. So and I know I'm going over that price. So I think at that price he's severely underpriced. And the other one is a decent price, but without Dimitri Payet playing, you have Florian Thauvin and 8,300. And the ones we play French league, he's have almost a monopoly at set pieces, and he will be good for over 10, 12 points. I mean, I like him much better than, for example, Balbuena. I think Balbuena 10,700 is too rich.
It's way too much.
Yeah.
That's a classic price from their Champions League qualifier slates where he just crushed. I mean, he's great. I mean, like, it's not a complete misprice. Like, he is deservedly expensive. But when you consider him next to Papu Gomez and Thauvin, and the Payet one is interesting to me just because, like, we became, like, so infatuated by Dimitri Payet because a lot of it was the set pieces, and he really doesn't have any of them now.
Yeah.
So I was hesitant on him. But
if Payet starts, Payet has more of the set pieces, but Payet hasn't played in a while. I'm not sure if he's fit to play. I'm not sure. Is he in the lineup? Let me check.
He's suspended he missed his last game because he got sent off just before the international break.
He was on that raffle with PSG.
No, he got sent off 19 minutes into the match against Lyon. He scored in that match and then got sent off. But even before that, like, Thauvin had been taking more of them. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they do both take. But now that I know that Payet is playing, I mean, I would play Payet over Thauvin. I might play both of them. So that's what I was thinking. I mean, I have Papu Gomez and Payet if he plays. I mean, now that I know he's not injured, like, I mean, I had no idea.
He's rested.
I would play Payet 6,500. So
yeah,
it doesn't seem like it seems like a great price.
Yeah, there's no way I play Jonas Hoffmann at 7,700 away to Inter.
Yeah, he has done well in Germany, but again, it's a tough matchup. You have better options. Like, I feel, like, one lineup to monitor is going to be Inter Milan because, it depends who plays. And I mean, I like Stefano Sensi, but he's not the machine he used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he lost his position, like, he lost his starting gig. And then, he's being hit or miss lately. He doesn't play all the time. But still, I mean, if he doesn't play, maybe Hakimi plays.
I was going to say Hakimi, yeah.
Hakimi's taking the set pieces. If it's Alexis Sanchez taking the set pieces. Most of them are in the same range. It's around the 6,000, 7,000, right? I think. So any of those guys are a good producer. Ivan Perisic is taking some set pieces, I think. Let me check I think I checked the logs in RotoWire. Like last game.
He split with
Kolarov took some.
Brozovic.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, Brozo took some.
I don't think
then,
I mean, you're certainly not taking anybody from Inter expecting to get all the set pieces.
Yeah, no. And there's Christian Eriksen too. So I don't know how much is Christian Eriksen, but I'm probably more expensive than the other two, 7,000.
73, yeah.
But it's like I feel like you give it a chance to Sensi or to any of those Inter guys that you think. I mean, you look at the lineup and say, all right, so it's like we say with Chilwell yesterday. Hey, Chilwell's going to be by itself. No James, no Ziyech. You might want to put it in. And in this case, Sensi is the first in line to take set pieces. And if no Hakimi, you can put Hakimi, which is, as 6,500 is not bad.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, now I see Dimitri Payet seems severely underpriced. I'm not sure if Ruslan Malinovsky is going to play, the other Atalanta guy.
No, he's out.
Right?
He's out, yeah.
So he's out. So
that's why,
Papu Gomez,
Papu should be 9,500.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think about the two guys that are very different, but they're in this range? The first is Phil Foden, and the next, if he starts, is Joshua Kimmich.
I like Kimmich, but at 6,000, I mean, it will be good. But I feel that I mean, and I might be biased here, because Bayern is a heavy favorite. But I think the upside on Kimmich is kind of low. I mean, when you can get I'd rather play the Thauvin and Payet on the same team with Papu Gomez, and then just look elsewhere if I can, right?
Right.
But I think Kimmich is in play. I definitely don't mind Kimmich. I mean, if you want some upside, Goretzka might be good. I'm not sure. Then you have, there's the cheap guys. Like, I mean, if you need money, Gianni Ferreira Carrasco is 3,500, and he should play, and he should take maybe the two set pieces, or it might be. He's going to do his better Monaco impersonator against Arsenal, like 2-3 years ago when Monaco was starting to rise. But so if you need somebody cheap, you can go Carrasco. I'm not sure is there anyone else. But I feel like leaving out of, the Marseille guys, Papu Gomez, and whoever you want in Inter is kind of like, my midfielders are going to be in that pool. Kimmich is not bad. I will say Kimmich is not bad, but I'm not going to play it. But it is what it is.
Yeah. What about Foden? Because he actually took some set pieces. Last week.
I like Foden. I will put Foden in the mix too. Yeah. Foden is in the mix. It's just with Guardiola, you never know what's the game plan. Like against Arsenal was different because Arsenal, it's Arteta against Guardiola, so I know what then I know that. So it's like this game theory stuff. So they, not that we need to explain the game now, but it was a very crazy setup for Man City, and it worked for them. So, all right. Anyhow, I mean, I don't mind Perisic, as we say. Any of the Inter guys. I'm not sure. I mean, Corona is midfielder now. He used to take set pieces with Telles, but it's Manchester City. Why?
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, Payet at 6,500 seems like a mispricing. So.
Yeah, the bottom is just empty. Like there's nobody down that I want to play. So it's.
No, it's just if you have no choice. I mean, if you go to expensive I guess. I'd rather not sacrifice the good midfielders.
Yeah.
Or I'd rather compromise elsewhere. All right. So that's. Anyone else? I just don't know if anyone else is like. Yeah. Hoffman seems too pricey.
There's no one else.
And then it's just gambling on players. As I say, I don't mind Carrasco, but why are you gonna go there? So.
What do you think of I think they're actually both forward eligible, but we didn't talk about them at all. But what do you do if either Diogo Jota or Minamino starts for Liverpool?
Well, I like Diogo Jota. I do. I'm not a big fan of Minamino at the moment. For the price, they're not bad. I mean, I would consider Diogo Jota. I would consider Quincy Promes if he plays too. I don't know. I feel that. Yeah, I mean, I can. Okay. I mean, I think I mean, it will be surprising that in Champions League first match, Klopp doesn't. His main lineup without Virgil van Dijk anymore, but not as terrifying as usual.
So, speaking of Liverpool, is there any reason to play Trent Alexander-Arnold over Andrew Robertson?
No. I mean, I would play both, but...
I was thinking, I either play both or just Robertson. I don't know why you would not play Robertson in order to play Alexander-Arnold at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's crazy. Like Robertson, they're playing with each other on Twitter that, he wanted more assists and then now he's taking more set pieces. And I mean, I only think that Trent Alexander-Arnold have some direct free kicks.
Yep.
But it doesn't make up for the price difference. So.
No.
And it's another thing that they are both very similar. For me, they're like I think I'm gonna try to play both. I mean, there's always defender that you can compromise and save money, right? If you want to play like three expensive midfielders.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna have much money for second forward. So yeah, if you play Payet, Thauvin, Gomez, Mahrez, Robertson, and Alexander-Arnold, you can play a forward. So you're gonna have to compromise elsewhere. So I will definitely just go Robertson, or maybe just compromise on Thauvin and go to Sensi or something like that. So yeah, we'll see. So, but yeah, I mean, if I have to pick one, I would go with Robertson just for salary wise. I mean, they look very similar. So
yeah, it's really this. If you don't play both of them, whoever the next one is kind of interesting. Like the Atalanta guys are cheaper, but they're not cheap.
No, they're cheaper, but not cheap to no. I mean, yeah, I like definitely them, but they're not as cheap.
I mean, we have our favorite Tagliafico is only 4,200, but against Liverpool,
always scores when I don't play. No matter
where
he is.
Let us know if he's in.
Let us know. I'll let you guys know. What else? Yeah, then it's like, I mean, I don't mind Stefan Leiner at that price, but you can go down there. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure it's anything in the middle we're talking about.
Not really. I mean,
I like Elori if he starts or Trippier, but why?
Right.
Why in such a bad matchup? You want to go there?
Is Kolarov playing centrally?
Yes,
he is. Right,
yeah, that's his position right now. He just doesn't have the legs anymore, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he does okay, but yeah, I mean, he's still priced as a,
he's a set piece taking flying fullback. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. One of the.
It's just a bunch of guys to me.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I mean, I would. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I would play Joan Mojica if he starts instead of, one of the Atalanta wingers, he used to play in Spain, Colombian guy. I mean, Atalanta has a lot of Colombians.
They got a lot of wingers, too.
Yeah. So, but, for 3,000, I could do him. I know that Piccini is there, too. Maybe they get a break to Hadebor and Gosens, for 3,000, you can definitely sacrifice there and go elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but that's obviously, that's just pie in the sky thinking. Anything else you like here? I mean,
I think we're kind of explaining why people will pay up for two spots. I mean, I assume we get Cancelo for Man City because Mendy's out. If they even play, I've seen some weird lineups, including three in the back that pretty much don't have anybody. Like Kyle Walker's 4,300, and they're heavily favored. So I guess that makes some sense. I'm not going to play Alphonso Davies at 5,400 in that matchup. It just seems like it's much easier to mark guys off the list than to put them on.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm just wondering for the UTL if I got a third midfielder or Alexander Arnold, like what could be better? Like let's say Robo is better. Like we have Robo in our lineup. We have let's say we don't have the opportunity of a cheap defender. Let's say that is everybody's like the Atalanta guys are the regular guys, and then so you go and you play TAA or you go to UTL and they get a cheaper defender. Because if I'm building my lineup right now, I'm gonna have to sacrifice a lot of forward unless I sacrifice something in defense or midfielder. So what are you thinking? If you do TAA or Kimmich, what would you pick? Who would you pick?
Payet.
Payet. Payet, definitely. Payet is in.
I'd probably take TAA in that one, but
yeah, I think so too. It's close though.
Close. It is.
Yeah. It's close, and it's not. Alisson is not playing, right?
No.
So poor Adrian. I like him as a goalie, but he always gets.
He is, yeah.
He always gets killed.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I know Alisson is much better, but poor guy. Like seriously.
And I don't know if there's like much into it. I never play. You actually play goalie, but like it just seems like the defenders in front of him get worse. Like the first time we saw Van Dijk make a mistake in years was with Adrian in goal, and then they have Robertson and TAA are crossing across their own goal. It's like I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes you feel. I mean, if you have a goalkeeper that doesn't give you security, you definitely play worse because you start to be more conscious about it. So definitely it can affect. I mean, Adrian, I think like his distribution with the feet is not as good as Alisson's, and Liverpool suffers with that because there's a lot of pressure and for some reason the poor guy always make a mistake at the beginning of the game. Like for example, like in Aston Villa, he just get the ball again to Watkins, or there's the other game. It's like poor Kepa. Like whenever Kepa plays, he makes a mistake. So it's just poor guy can get a break. I don't know. Like I think that it's gonna depend. It feels as if if you want safe floors, you're gonna have to gamble a forward, and if you want upside, you're gonna have to go with either a cheap midfielder or a cheap defender. So.
Yep.
So that's where the slate is gonna be, like, because I like Carrasco, but he's gonna have 60 minutes in a game that he's not gonna have the ball. Perhaps maybe go with we're talking about Laird, right? The Borussia right back. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Laird.
I don't know if Vinagre is gonna play or any of those, we're going to get a cheap fullback back for one of the teams in our favor. So,
I don't know about those. You paying all the way down a goalkeeper again?
Probably. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, Hansen is not bad, but if you have money for, Mandanda seems like a good price, 4,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like paying for Ederson always goes bad.
Oh gosh, no way I'm doing that.
I'm probably gonna play a black, so I have something to root for.
There you go.
In that game.
What is he? 4,100? That's not so bad.
But it's too expensive. I mean, I wonder if I should. I mean, he should be 3,800. Like so much respect for Atletico defense. Not that we haven't earned it, but I mean, there's Hansen too. You know that Atalanta is going to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they are horrible at the beginning of the Champions League game, so you can get Hansen. Nothing to say in goalkeeper. I mean, I just not gonna play Onana. If I can go to the Marseille goalkeeper, I would, which is I would try now. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Who'd you like? I mean, goalkeeper. I mean, it's just.
I just try to fit in everybody else.
Yeah.
Although
that's what I do.
The lineup I have right now that I want to play, I still need $400, and I can't get it from a goalkeeper, so I'm going to have to reevaluate some things here. That's too bad.
Here, I was pretty excited about playing all these guys, and now I have to make some changes.
Yeah, I wish I could use some crowns to get some extra salary.
Yeah. I mean, those crowns are like pesos, man.
At best.
I like Delta miles. Sorry.
For people who don't go anywhere, that's the problem.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's it's either somewhere like they say, the blanket is not long enough, so either cover your feet or you cover your chest or your head. I don't know. People
get a little bit on the shoulder, and then oh well. All right. Anybody has any follow up for Luis? You can find him on Twitter at Pacheco. You can find me at RotoWire Andrew. For those of you who are seeing this on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the podcast or like the video and subscribe below. You could also, as I learned from Luis yesterday, you can hit that little bell and we'll let you know when a new video is up. For those who are listening,
ring that bell.
Yeah. For those who are listening just on a regular podcast, thank you for listening. And if you could please rate and review it, we'd be greatly appreciated. I will be back on Thursday with Jordan Cooper to talk about the Premier League slate. So, Luis, thank you very much for that, and good luck on Wednesday.
Good luck, man.